I'm Trick Daddy 4000. No, no, I'm kidding. My name is Kush. Uh, Young C, King Kush. Yeah,
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Kush. Essentially, I make music to sort of express myself and just understand myself better. So when I compose or like make a beat or write a song, it sort of emits emotion in me, and then I feel better and more present in the moment. It's kind of like it's like brushing my teeth. I have to do it to like sort of understand myself. We need gatekeepers to a certain extent because gatekeepers are also filters because there's a lot of whack stuff out there right now. Like a lot. There's a lot of great stuff, but a lot of whack stuff. And maybe not gatekeepers, I'd call them like culture curators. Sort of like we trust their opinion on like what's cool and what's out. So like they should have the power to do that. It's tough to decide who gets to do that, but it's like at the same time it's not because the proof will always be in the pudding. So I feel like they're necessary, but ultimately as an artist, no, because saying no to an artist or to a creative is like you're already starting on the wrong foot. Super overrated. Overrated. Super underrated. Underrated. It's a bit long-winded, but so essentially, Kush is it's my middle name, right? And it's a name my dad gave to me, and he essentially named me after the ancient Kushite tribe. So the full word for my name Kush is Kushite, which is in layman's terms like God's chosen people, but black, and they kind of sort of reside from like the Ethiopian region, sort of like East Africa, and yeah, it's even up in the Bible. And yeah, my dad is a pastor, so he he sort of came up with that name. And for me, I started growing up because I bounced around so many different countries. I had a weird resentment to my first name, and so I was just strictly going by my middle name, which is Kush. And that therefore made me be like, you know what? When I start making music, which was in like grade 7, I'd say, that's when I was like, I'm just gonna go by Kush because the hottest artist right now, Drake, he's going by his middle name. And I thought that was just cool, and it's like it's authentic. I feel like I don't feel like super special or anything if someone refers to me as Kush because that's what my family calls me. I would say the first thing is that people are telling creatives and musicians what to make. I think that's the first mistake we have where we sort of shoebox and box people in to be like, no, that's not SA hip hop. SA hip hop should sound like this, or you look like this, so you should be painting this, or dressing like this. And it's like, so I feel like we restrict creativity in that sense. If you're telling creators that they should be making this and they should be making that, you're kind of you're missing the point. That's not expression, that's product. And the second thing, I'd say what's wrong and what's missing is we're not pouring back into the culture or into what it is we love. So we're in a very service based economy where it's like we're here to provide a service, but it's not enough for the love of punk and hip hop. It's not enough art attacks. It's not enough spaces where creators and where there's a community and you can sort of build that together. Um, there isn't enough of that. Obviously, there's a few, but I think the more that occurs, the more people feel like okay, we're here for creating art and creating um, moments for people. Then I feel like we'll be in a better space because we're not doing it for selfish reasons. We're doing it because we love it and we want to see it grow. And we believe in something bigger than just our pockets. Because I care. I really care. I I'm 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 not old, but I'm 27, and I feel like someone say, "Damn."
You ain't had to do that.
Shit is crazy. Shit is like, fuck.
I care about music. I care about creativity. I care about arts. I care about people of color being able to create freely and not be shoehorned into a certain profession or a certain even type of art. And most importantly, I care about what I make. That's why people should care. Number one, and I always say it, I actually said it in a recent interview, AKA, who will always be my idol. He was the first person who showed me that that sort of music that I liked could be made in my country. Uh, he's definitely number one. And then number two, I gotta give it to Tyler, the Creator. He's the one who inspired me to be a producer artist, and I just love his talent in world building. I feel like that's very important in terms of being a creative, not just brand wise, but just sort of creating an experience for your listener, viewer. Yeah, and he created a community which I'm so inspired by. So yeah, I'd say those. I think they are exclusive to a large extent, but not all the way. And I think they're only that the side of the non-exclusive people. I would say that comes from a place of fear because the alternative space has become, you could say, oversaturated, but it just blew up. A lot more people started liking those sort of things and dressing like that, and so obviously creating like that. And so it's obviously going to inflate, and there's going to be a lot more people. And in that, you want to create and protect the the core meaning of the space. You don't want it to be played with. So I think it's very inclusive. It's if you think about it, it's sort of like a space for the outcast. So it can't be exclusive based on its definition, if that makes sense. But I feel like yes, there is a bit of pushback, mainly because people are just trying to protect the space. So I think for people who are trying to get into the space, the first thing I would say is just be yourself, but just be respectful of the sort of the themes and the traits that come with being in that space, and then you find your space within the space in no time.